When traveling, most of us pull out our iPhone and hit record. No settings, no stress, we just capture the moment. And honestly, that's exactly how you could be using your DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Forget the rules, forget the menus, set it to auto, and just shoot. That's when you actually capture life as it happens. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you don't need to stress about manual settings on the Pocket 3. I'll show you how to use it just like your iPhone. Pull it out, hit record, and still get amazing cinematic shots in auto mode with just a few simple tips. Now in our day-to-day lives, or when you're traveling, if you're like me, you tend to quickly pull out your phone to get quick shots. It's quick, it's easy, and it just works. But for some reason, we don't do this on our other cameras. We stress about the 24 frames per second, the 180-degree shutter rules, ND filters, and so on. And this makes sense if you're shooting cinematic B-roll shots or an interview, for example. But you're missing the shot and the real-life experience if you're always messing around with your camera settings. As we know, the Pocket 3 is the perfect travel camera compared to larger setups, which attract more attention. I prefer to shoot in 30 frames per second, and I have a separate video which explains why I don't use 24 frames per second, as you tend to get jerky playback on phones and monitors due to their screen refresh rates, and I'll leave a link below for that. So to save time, let's create a custom mode so you don't have to mess around with settings when you're out and about with the Pocket. First, turn on the Pocket and swipe up. Let's choose 4K as our resolution, and I'm going to choose 30 frames per second, but you can choose 24, 25, or 30, whatever you prefer. Swipe down, and then next swipe from right to left and turn Pro Mode on. I'm going to make sure my color mode is set to normal mode, and this still gives me 10-bit color, and I won't need to do much if any color correction. But if you want to do color grading and color correction later, then change this to D-Log M here. Next, let's put our white balance to auto. Let's turn breathing compensation to on. Let's make sure focus is set to continuous. Let's change the image adjustment to custom and set sharpness to -2 and noise reduction to -1, and then press confirm. Now make sure exposure is in auto mode, and let's set the EV value to -0.7. This will help stop the highlights getting too blown out. And on the ISO range, let's set it from 50 to 800, as anything above 800, especially in the evenings, tends to create noisy footage. So this will tell the camera to keep the ISO range within that 50 to 800. Now with these settings, we're going to swipe down, and we can save this setting by selecting the upper left icon of a person and then saving this as a custom setting. In this case, custom 4. Now what about motion blur and ND filters? Now shutter speed alone affects motion blur, and that's why ideally we'd want the shutter speed to be twice the frame rate. So for me at 30 frames per second, that would be 1/60. However, on a bright day, the camera will adjust the shutter much higher to stop the image from becoming too bright. This will be correct for the exposure, but any movement in the scene may have jerky movement as the shutter is really too high, and this affects natural motion blur to what the human eye sees. So to help with this, you could leave a variable ND filter on the Pocket. Just make sure you use a slim version that allows the camera pocket head to close with the ND filter still attached to it. And this way you don't have to keep taking it on and off each time you turn the Pocket on, and you can easily adjust the strength as needed. If it's a bright day, set it to a dark setting. and then leave it on that all day while it's still nice and bright. Now you may not get that perfect 180-degree shutter rule or shutter value, but it will help with motion blur, as a shutter won't have to be so fast. If you go inside, turn it down to its lowest setting like 1, or remove it. The ones I use come as a set of 2. It's a 1 to 5 setting and a 6 to 9 strength. And there's a link in the description. They're slim enough so they allow you to leave them on the camera head, and it can still close when powered down. One note here though is make sure you don't have a screen protector on the Pocket 3 camera head itself, because when you do, and you use any brand of ND filter, you may see purple banding or streaking, especially in sky areas, and that's because the protector affects the ND filter and you get color shift. Now if this is too much hassle, you don't have to use an ND filter at all, and just let the camera adjust as needed. The camera will decide what and how to adjust to keep the exposure within the tolerances that we set of negative 0.7 EV and with a tolerance of 50 to 800 ISO. And that's it. You simply select this custom auto mode by tapping the lower left icon and selecting the custom mode you just created. And this takes all of the hassle out of trying to fumble around with settings on the fly. Just use it as the same way you would as your iPhone, for example. Open it up, turn it on, and shoot amazing videos. This takes the stress out of the travel, and you can relax and actually enjoy yourself. I hope you learned something out of this video, and if you want to know more about the Pocket 3, check out this next video here on how the EV value actually works. Leave a comment on any questions you may have below, and I'll see you next time in the next video.